What's up, everyone？ 我是麦克老师，今天我来教大家各种看电影学英语的技巧。Hello, my beautiful students. You know, a lot of people ask me whether it's a good idea to watch movies to study English. And I always answer them, it depends. So before we jump into how to effectively learn English with TV shows and movies, if you're a fan of the show and my videos have helped you out some way, why don't you just go ahead and subscribe? And if you want to leave a like below or maybe write a message, that would really mean a lot to me and help my channel out. Watching movies and TV, this is a very passive activity. So that's why when you're watching movies in other languages, you may learn a few vocabulary words here and there, but it's not going to change your speaking a whole lot. Let's be honest, we all love to watch movies and watch TV, and it can be an extremely helpful tool to help us gain foreign language fluency. I've met many students in China that had perfect English, and I asked them, so where in the United States did you grow up? They were like, what? I've never been to the US. What? Really? They were just extremely diligent about watching movies and TV shows and learning English. What was their secret? I'm going to tell you through the course of this video. As I've been watching my little boy learn how to speak this year, one word comes to mind: parrot.
Come here. Come here.
He literally just copies everything we say as best he can in both English and Chinese until he knows what it means and can use it in context. He just repeats what we say constantly. You like these. What's this? Candy cane.
Candy cane.
Yeah. Say my favorite.
My favorite.
What is it? Say it.
And then happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Is that candy cane?
And then
Say
candy
it.
cane.
Okay, you can take it. Can you say 2 candy canes?
I need it.
You want to eat it? Eat the candy cane.
And the candy cane.
Yeah. Okay, language lesson is done. This is basically the same thing I do when I watch movies in Chinese and try to learn Chinese from them. Personally, I enjoy watching the news and documentaries, so that is usually where I spend time practicing Chinese. And it's also very important for you to choose something that you enjoy, so learning English doesn't become a chore. So I'm sure you have many questions, and the first one is, where do I start? I guess first of all, you need to pick an accent. Who do you want to sound like? If you're planning to go study in the UK, or maybe you're planning a long vacation to Australia, then maybe you should focus on programs that come from those countries so you can practice their accent. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to talk about American English because I'm American and that's where I am right now. The second question you might have is, where's the best place to watch English movies and shows? I'm sure you know of plenty of websites you can use to watch English movies and shows, but some platforms have more functions than others. Features such as speed control, turning subtitles on and off, skipping forwards, skipping backwards. These are all important features we need if we really want to learn English while watching movies and shows. I'll share a few of those platforms with you and also why I think they're so important for language learning. Some of the platforms with the functions I'm talking about, like Netflix and Prime and YouTube, may require a VPN to access. So if you don't have a VPN yet, let me tell you about an awesome deal you can get this Christmas holiday season. It's called NordVPN. You can click the link below to check it out. And if you sign up for a 2-year subscription before the holidays are over, you can get 4 months for free. Wow. Yes, that's right, 4 months for free. That means the average monthly price for the 2-year subscription is only $3.71. That is ridiculously cheap for the amount of security you get, not to mention the access to platforms and websites all over the world. I've used a couple VPNs before and NordVPN contacted me. I wasn't too interested at first, but then they told me, hey, try it out and see what you think. And now I'm using it every single day. I ditched my other VPN because the Nord app is so easy to set up. You just click on the country you want. It finds the best servers. It's just fast, easy, and reliable. All the things I look for as a consumer. You can use 6 devices under one account. It's unbelievable value. Besides access to other websites, we need to protect ourselves. We need to keep our data safe. And at $3.71 a month, you really can't afford not to take advantage of this. Click the link below. The 2-year plan gives you the most savings. If you're skeptical about it, they have a 30-day money-back guarantee for their service. You've got nothing to lose. The third question you might have, What should I watch? The first tip I want to introduce here is called the 50-90 rule. When you are watching something, if you can only understand 50% or less of it, then it's probably too difficult for you. Conversely, if you're watching something and you understand 90% or more of it, then it's probably too easy for you. If you can get in that 70% range, that's the sweet spot right there. It's not so difficult that it just makes you frustrated, and it's not so easy that you're not learning anything new. So with that in mind, I'm going to give you a list of movies and shows that maybe you should avoid if you're going to watch for purposes of learning English, and also some recommendations for some shows and movies that could really help you learn English. So if you're trying to learn an American English accent, then movies like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, as amazing and as great as they are, might not be your best choice. The actors in those movies are using British English accents. They're also saying a lot of weird made-up words about magic and things like that, words we never say in day-to-day English. Everyone loves Forrest Gump. The good thing about this movie is that he speaks very slowly. The bad thing is he has a strong southern accent. Unless you want to talk like this Chinese cowboy.
I am from Kunming, Yunnan, southwest China. I learned my southern accent mostly by watching Duck Dynasty.
I'm fixing to go crazy redneck up in here.
You might want to look for something else to practice your pronunciation. How about Shrek, the famous cartoon? Strong Scottish accent.
See, I just get pure shy with the interviewer cats. Like, I get all nervous and I can't answer any of the questions. Like,
Even I have a hard time with the Scottish accent sometimes. There's a lot of funny cartoons like Family Guy and South Park, but they speak really, really fast and they use really funny voices. I'm not saying you won't enjoy those movies or shows, but they may not be the most efficient use of your time. If you are an action and sci-fi movie lover, I think all the Marvel movies are a great place to start. I also really love The Matrix. I could watch that movie 100 times. And there's a new show out called The Mandalorian, which I think is probably one of the best shows of 2020. As for drama, there's a great new show called The Queen's Gambit about a young girl who is a chess prodigy. The speaking speed is fairly slow, and it's actually a really interesting show. Other great films are The Pursuit of Happiness, Remember the Titans, and the classic, maybe the best movie ever, Shawshank Redemption. For some of the more advanced students, maybe Breaking Bad is something that might interest you. There's definitely some more difficult words in that show, so if you're up for the challenge, go for it. How about comedies? Anything with Jim Carrey. The Yes Man, Liar Liar, Bruce Almighty, all great films and hilarious. Other movies such as Pitch Perfect and Clueless are great options, but if you really want to see some American classics, you need to watch Dumb and Dumber and Office Space. If you want to watch something more kid-friendly, maybe with your family, Flipped is a great movie. Big with Tom Hanks, who I love. When I was growing up, there was some movies I would watch all the time. Flight of the Navigator, Never-Ending Story, and E.T. Christmas is coming up. A Christmas classic is Home Alone. If you're interested in a very positive, uplifting show for kids, then Mr. Rogers is awesome. I grew up watching Mr. Rogers every day. He speaks very slowly, so it's great for kids learning English, or for those of you who are still English beginners. As far as cartoons go, there's no better than The Simpsons if you want a show, and there's so many animated movies. Toy Story, Cars, Big Hero 6, A Bug's Life. Now that I have a child, I'm watching more and more cartoons. The fourth question you might have, and here's the good part. How do we really learn English from watching TV and movies? Firstly, you're going to have to open your mouth and speak and repeat and mimic and parrot what the actors are saying. Copy their intonation. I want you to sound exactly like they do. And you will with a little practice. Again, we can't just passively watch these shows and movies. We need to be actively engaged. So, there are a few reasons why I like YouTube, Netflix, Prime, and platforms like this to watch movies and shows and learn language. A little tip for YouTube, you can subscribe to the YouTube Movies channel. When you go there, go down to free to watch, and you have hundreds, if not thousands, of free movies. If you know of any other great platforms for learning English with movies, please share them below. The first reason why I like platforms such as YouTube and Netflix. You can choose to turn the subtitles on or off. This is important because You can watch it once with the subtitles on and then off and see how much you comprehend. Just turn on the CC button, which stands for closed captioning, and it's totally fine if you want to break the movie into small parts. You don't need to finish it all in one sitting. Take your time and go slowly so you can really practice and learn. Which brings me to my next reason for these platforms, reason 2. Slow down. A lot of these platforms have a speed adjustment function. If you're watching something where they're speaking too quickly, use the speed adjustment and slow it down to 75% or even 50% if you need to. Conversely, if it's too easy for you, maybe you should speed it up 25% and see if you can still pick it up. Don't forget the 50-90 rule. The third reason I like these platforms is the skip back function. There's either a button or sometimes you tap and you can go back 10 seconds to listen to something maybe you didn't quite understand. You can go back 2 times, 3 times, 4 times. Focus on those difficult parts. I use this function all the time. Why? Because I don't want to go back and watch the entire show or the entire movie. I just want to pick up the new words and phrases that I didn't understand. You just keep skipping back and back and back till you get it right and then move on. So if you're not using these platforms, but maybe some other platforms with both English and your native language in the subtitles, don't worry. You can still use the speed function or the skip back function. The hard part is trying not to read the subtitles in your native language. If you can avoid reading those, this method will still work for you. Now I'm going to show you how I practice Mandarin when I'm watching a show or a movie in Chinese. Alright, so for this example, I'm going to use a show which helped me learn some more standard Mandarin, which is the accent I want to learn, 加油儿女. And I'm just going to go ahead and turn the speed down to about 75%. 75% is just kind of my sweet spot where I can understand everything pretty well. It gives me a little extra time to repeat what they're saying and not miss too many things. So let's get started. 你等会儿我还没说完呢。你瞧，咱俩结婚刚2个月，这两个孩子就好。Okay, so I got lost a little bit there. I'm gonna go back. 这俩孩子就好的跟亲生一样，多好了，好。如果是再多一个，就更好了。什么意思啊？还想让我再生啊？你还是让我再生啊？不是那意思。我说干脆把小雪从他爷爷家也接过来一块儿。你想啊，一头羊也是干，3头羊是什么？ I didn't recognize that character there, so I would probably pause real quick and look it up in the dictionary and maybe write it down, learn a new character, and then just move on. Another thing I do is pause before they speak, try to read the Chinese, then hit play again so I know what they're saying. 让我当3个孩子的妈。让我当3个孩子的妈。让我当3个孩子的妈，敢不敢？目前中国孩子最多的妈妈。I think you get the idea. It'll be different for everyone, but that's how I do it. I go slow, I go back and repeat new words and phrases that I see, and most importantly, I enjoy language learning. If you want an even bigger challenge, maybe you can try some podcasts or audiobooks. All of those platforms share the same features and functions I just showed you. And for access to those platforms and many, many, many more, don't forget to check out NordVPN's holiday special. It's essentially 4 months free when you buy a 2-year subscription. Click the link below. Get access and security today. So what do you guys and girls think of this method? Do you have any other tips or tricks you can share to help us all learn language while watching movies and shows? Please leave me a message below. If you learned something from this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and it would really mean a lot to me if you could give this video a like and leave a comment. I hope everybody is safe, happy, and healthy. 我是麦克老师，下次再见。